All right, so tell just this is just for
Thank you.
you know editing purposes. Say your first last name and spell it for me, please.
Matthew Keene, Mattwkeen.
Where are you from?
Winder, Georgia.
What is it?
Winder, Winder.
I've been there before.
Really?
Yeah, I used to live in Lawrenceville.
Oh, right up the street.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Okay. Let's
Small
see.
world.
Yeah. It is. Go back. Okay, so would you mind holding his water for him? Because because I might want you to start, talking with your hands, and then, this was, you don't have to, but if you're standing like this or like this,
It looks
it's
too.
a little too frozen. I'd like you to be,
Okay.
relaxed,
Okay.
and you can keep it, and talk like that, okay?
My biggest fear coming out on the road was leaving my family. And then being thousands of miles away from home is it was a scary experience at first. I'd never been more than a few hundred miles from home at that time without some family members with me. So being out here by myself, it was a little scary at first. Technology has helped us a lot with the home life. I have FaceTime with the kids. Every night we have a ritual. We say our prayers together before bed. It just helps me stay connected with them a little bit. I have a video gaming system on the truck, and even though I'm not too good with it, my son still likes to get on there and play with me when we have the extra time. Little stuff like that really goes a long way to stay connected with the family. Sharing the space with another driver can be very difficult. You literally live in a very small, confined area, and you don't know this person at first. So, you don't know if this person likes leaving their dirty clothes laying around or leave their trash out and stuff. So it's a little learning curve right at the beginning. Best thing is to go ahead and get some ground rules down to begin with, and just try to make the best of it. It can be very difficult living with another person in a real tight, confined area. You don't have a lot of space, so you're going to smell that person, you're going to hear that person, you're going to be best friends with that person by the time it's over with, or worse enemies, one or the other. It can be very difficult. You don't get a lot of personal room, so you've got to be mindful of that. It's you're sleeping in bunk beds with two grown men or two grown women or whatever the case may be. When I first come out on the road, my health really did suffer a lot. Didn't have a lot of money to spend on a lot of things. I was sending everything I could back home to my wife and children. So I was living on basically Roman noodle soup. Found out real quick, you can't do that. There's not much nutrients in it. So started doing the 2 for $2 hot dogs, stuff like that. Health really took a hit. In the first 2 or 3 years, I gained about 60 pounds, and I didn't notice it until one Easter at home. All the family was over taking pictures, and then I got to looking on Facebook. I'm like, okay, got to do something now. Did not realize that. So started exercising and got some pointers from gentleman here at Prime that heads up the division there, and hadn't turned back. Try to watch the weight now. Some of the things that make it hard and stressful out there is four-wheelers. Cars are always cutting you off. Absolutely make your life miserable on the road. I prefer to drive at night when there's less of them out there. Cities, terrible. The majority of your cities were actually, the city was founded and then they put the roads in around it, so they're not truck friendly. And even a lot of the shippers and receivers that are inside these cities, their docks are not designed for condo sleepers and 53-foot trailers. You're trying to back a 53-foot box and a huge truck into a spot that was meant for a little bitty box truck, and having to do it during rush hour traffic. So it can be a little stressful.
In the beginning, in coming to Prime, I went through PSD, which taking my permit test, which was a struggle, being that I hadn't cracked a book in over 30 years. Being in a tractor trailer or a tractor in the cab area and driving, as a TNT student, basically all I have time is to drive and sleep. I get behind the wheel, spend 8 to 11 hours driving, and then when it's my shift, when my shift is over, then I go to the cab, in back cab of it, to the sleeper part of it, and then I go to sleep. And then we do this every day. It's like a routine. And after a while, you build up a routine, which, well, there you get adapted to it, and you know, improvise, adapt, and overcome kind of situation.